Okay, there's a lot of ones that stick out, but I will hit you with pop quiz hot shots over the past 7 weeks, the last 7 weeks of the past season. Think about 2019, 7 straight games in a row to end the season. Who was the best, most productive wide receiver in all of football? Michael Thomas. No. Devontae Parker of the Miami Dolphins was on a tear and went for over 100 yards a game for a 7-week period. Look at him. Michael Thomas was the offensive player of the year. Christian McCaffrey, 1,000 and 1,000. A.J. Brown on fire. Julio Jones is a deity. They were looking up at a wide receiver on a bad Dolphins team who was about to have a top 10 draft pick and was supposed to be tanking, catching passes from Ryan Fitzpatrick. Watch Devontae this year, and I'm not talking about Fitz. I'm talking about the guy wearing number 1 out of Alabama. And all Tua would hear was, yeah, we had such great receivers at Alabama. That maybe helped him. He does in Miami too. In fantasy, I always try to draft the guys who have not totally blown up yet. You want to get them the year they become stars, not the year after, okay? I got Dominic Davis the next year. I learned from that. Get Devontae Parker this year when that little lefty from Alabama comes on the field, whatever week it is. I think the two of them could be for years to come. Nobody was better to finish the season last year than Devontae Parker.
You know who I'm really excited to see? Drew Lock. Oh, man. Drew Lock, he got some guys.
Yeah.
And you know who they got this upcoming season? Who he's going to play with? Jerry Jeudy. We're talking speed. We're talking electricity. And that's added to the fact that Drew Lock got some swag to him. He got some sauce and some flavor to him. I mean, just look at these highlights. What does Peter say all the time? Just roll the highlights. This right here is what Drew Lock is going to get. Now you add that with Courtland Sutton and what he was able to do last year. Now you add in KJ Hamlin. Listen, last year they had some issues. There was inconsistency at the quarterback position. There were injuries on offense. They addressed all of that. I believe they had 9 receiving touchdowns last year at the wide receiver position, and Courtland Sutton had most of those. So, yes, I do feel like when it comes to statistical numbers and production, they're going to go from very, very low to high. And I'm not talking about the recreational flower. I'm talking high on the list with the numbers they put up. I'm going with Drew, Lock, and Loaded in Denver because they're going to be balling.
I love it. I'm going way off the board here, way off the board. And Cam, staying in the AFC South, the team that no one's picking and the quarterback that's over my shoulder right now. Gardner Minshew got a guy that I have been watching for 3 years in college football, and his name is Laviska Shenault. He ends up going to the Jaguars. I don't think anyone in America will pick the Jaguars to win the AFC South. I don't think anyone in America envisions a big statistical season from a team that looks to be rebuilding. Guess what? They got a receiver who absolutely dominated the Pac-12 the last 3 years. He was not healthy last season. He will be healthy this season. He can run the wildcat. He can do it from the slot. He can do it outside. And Gardner Minshew, for all the jokes and the jorts and the mustaches, Jaguars looked at their situation, said, we have a 6th-round pick from last year. We're going to keep him over Foles. We're not going to draft another quarterback, and we're not going to sign a veteran that's really going to push him for the starting job. Gardner Minshew's the guy, and maybe Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields might be the long-term plan if it goes that way. But what if it doesn't? What if Minshew has a great season? And what if Laviska Shenault is our next great NFL wide receiver? Minshew and Shenault, get the fantasy stock now, because, Kyle, I know you said Dominic Davis. I got Steve Slayton a year late, too. Sometimes you miss the boat. Don't miss the boat on these guys.
Never fun. Never fun. I talked to G.J. Chark yesterday, to your point, Shregs, and he had just gotten off a FaceTime with his quarterback, Gardner Minshew, and I was like, where is Minshew? We haven't heard from him in a while. So he's been out of the headlines. He's been off of, the viral Instagram videos. He clearly has his nose in the playbook and is creating that chemistry with his wide receivers. And Shenault could have a lot of success with a guy like Chark on the field, a guy who was coming off a 1,000-yard season, 73 catches for Chark just last year.